Like, oh, I already know about this shit. I'm like, oh, this is, and then the little booklet that had all the little girls talking about it, and oh my God, it's
so bad. We got so tickled. I think we talked about this a couple of years ago on the podcast, but I'm going to bring it up because it's that good. Anybody, if you're like me and you're a serious Breaking Bad fiend, which I am, you will know who Jonathan Banks is because he played Mike, the henchman, throughout the series. Storied actor, huge, long.
He was on Community too, the last season.
Yeah,
spectacular.
I mean, he
just shows up. He works constantly, spectacular in everything he does.
Oh, indeed, and he's been in so many things. A year or so ago, a video surfaced of him when he was like a teenager, talking about something really preposterous that could happen if you do something when you have your period. And it was like total propaganda it had to have been the early 70s. Okay. And then they did an updated version making fun, and he appears in that going, yeah, this isn't going to happen. Like, no. And it was all these current celebrities, making fun of just the bad
public service announcements.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh no. I when you run across stuff like that, because the gloriousness of YouTube is the fact that occasionally someone will find something weird, it will fling across your, social media page, and you just like, you've got to be kidding me. Mm-hmm. The doctor's recommending cigarettes or stuff like that. Mm-hmm. You're just like, you've got to be kidding me. Mm-hmm. Or just, or a glorious 70s dance montage from sitcoms. Mm-hmm. Or an Earth, Wind, and Fire video, because, now I really feel the need for a silver metallic sort of space jumpsuit. And then I ended up in this massive, YouTube hole of Earth, Wind, and Fire videos. But, I was in a very good mood when I was done.
Oh, sure.
But I really felt the need for a jumpsuit.
Well, what I love is we've got an old Earth, Wind, and Fire album here in the podcast studio on the wall, and they don't have their shirts on.
There's no shirts.
And why is that funny? It just, and in the polyester pants, which they all look just fabulous, I might say.
These are hunky dudes.
They are hunky dudes. Mm-hmm. Okay, this one slayed me. Link will be up, so if you want to read all of the actual research that was compiled to support what I'm about to tell you, by all means. But I'm going to hit the highlights for you. The latest research, Colleen, to boost your sex life. And it's compiled, and there's there's 5.
How about don't stink, take a shower? Is that in there anywhere?
No.
Okay, just checking.
First one, number 1, share childcare duties.
Okay, so we're talking...
That's hot.
Okay.
It's really hot. Start sexting. I wish you could have seen, oh, my kingdom, for us to have been on video for your face.
that's just so funny. Well, I've said this before, my guy does not have a phone, but I'm pretty sure that occasionally I would probably send him a note.
Yeah.
I mean, who is not sexting when they have phones? I mean, is it even possible to be in a relationship and if both people have phones, to not occasionally send a message to someone implying that you want to fuck right now?
Right.
How do you, you're already doing, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, really just saying, oh, by the way, the kids are with grandma. Right there.
That's a flag.
Yeah, there you go. There's your sexting.
That's a
because you know
gauntlet.
exactly what the hell that is. Yeah.
Yep. The next one is get enough sleep.
Oh, yeah. Sleep good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't force it. Well, that's probably good. No means no.
Yeah.
Okay. And the last one, don't fake it.
Which contradicts probably a crap ton of the other stuff where people are saying, just go with it and you'll eventually get there.
Yeah.
Hasn't that shown up about a zillion effing times?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Communicate. I'm surprised that one wasn't there.
Yes.
So I thought this was a great article, and it's long. So it'll be posted there on the Great Northern Sexcast Facebook page. But this is a very compelling article talking about why making love is better in your sitting down 90s than in your 50s. And they're talking about, couples' emotional bond grows stronger as they age, even though the sex may, diminish somewhat.
How about the we're not dead, yay factor?
Well, there's that.
Okay, I don't mean, that, okay, that was a little ageist, but yeah.
Yeah. Here's a couple of highlights. I thought they say many couples remain sexually active into their 80s and 90s, which I'm like, well, good.
Yeah.
I love that. They conducted a bunch of interviews, and they revealed that people over 80 were more satisfied than those in their 50s to 60s. And if you read this, they talk about in your 50s in particular, you might still have kids at home or in college or middle, life pressures.
so sandwichy right now, me and my friends. I mean, we're dealing with our parents and we're dealing with our kids. And there is, I mean, it is, maybe the sandwichy thing used to be the 40s, but I'm telling you, it's the 50s right now. And dealing with parents and kids all at the same time, you're like, oh my God. I mean, thank God for my friends, because we have our own personal little, we're like, oh my
support
God.
group.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's spectacular. It's like, I am going insane right now. I'm feeling completely sandwiched.
Well, this line blew my mind. Women in particular found it easier to become aroused in their 80s than in their 60s and 70s.
I'm going to go with less stress.
Well, how about it's such an event because less opportunity? Yeah. I don't know.
Well, I know, because, I mean, we've talked about this before, the amount of sexually transmitted diseases going through retirement homes and senior communities and stuff like that, where they're not used to it, because you're not worried about babies anymore. You're not worried about too many things. And then, I mean, then there were folks, I mean, there was a lovely story on This American Life about a woman who found, she's like in her 80s or 90s, and found a guy like in his late 60s. He's completely blind. Is going through there, but they're perfectly in love, and and they're just a lovely couple. Or folks that have Alzheimer's and they don't remember they're married.
Yeah,
but they meet someone at the place, the care center that
facility.
They're in, and just how much it's important for the rest of the family to realize that this doesn't dismiss their life. But I mean, if you want, if you do like this, love this person, you have to accept that there are certain parts of their brain that don't remember. Do you want them to be happy? Do you want them to, be there? More. It's going through there, but it happens. A lot. We're going through there, and I think it's spectacular. I really think that a lot of this stuff is important to understand, because there are so many shoulds. When you're 50, you should do this. When you're 60s, you should, whatever decade you're in. And the idea that you cannot be a vibrant sexual being until the day you drop dead. That's there's something that is, people are actually acknowledging exist. And that's spectacular.
No, it is. And they talk a lot too about emotional bonds in the article. It's a pretty interesting piece, which, I don't know. I took away some hope from it. I was kind of excited because the Center for Longevity and Aging over in the UK is the one that is looking for this. But I think it's great to be reminded, like, of what you just said, that, hey, it doesn't have to die just because you're getting old.
No, not at all.
Final story today. Wow, I'm really conflicted about this piece. It's called "Letter to the Single Girl at the Bar," and you'll be able to read this. I've got the link for Megan; she'll put it up for everybody. Well written, and it brings up some really interesting things. But there's some stuff in here that I absolutely. First, I thought, okay, this is going to be interesting, because they're saying, "Hey, it's okay to be single on Valentine's Day. Yeah, be empowered." Okay. Did you read it?
No, not this. Are you talking about Galentine's?
No.
I have never heard, until yesterday, I'd never even heard of this concept. How did I miss this?
Well, go ahead and tell everybody what it is.
I guess it's something that maybe Amy Poehler or a bunch of other people, or someone wrote something about it, or maybe I saw it on her website, where women are getting together and supporting each other on Valentine's, whether they're single or groups, but that your friendships are as important as your romantic relationships. And it's called Galentine's, and people are like, it's like the weekend before, the day before. I did not know. I did not know this existed.
Yeah, it's new.
There are cards. From what I understand, there are cards.
Oh my God, Colleen, there's a huge section for it in Target.
I had no idea.
Huge.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No. So, and that's where I kind of thought this was going, kind of that vibe. And it is in some ways trying to say, hey, don't feel less than and whatever. But some of the stuff in here, I really patently disagree with. Listen to this one line. The author says, "We have gone from a voluntary love society to an obligatory love society. Society sees young females that are single as someone who's weird or has some sort of issue or problem." I couldn't disagree more. I think.
Where the hell is that from? There's every time you look around, people are perfectly comfortable being single. I mean,
yeah, more than ever, in my opinion.
About the only thing that they're still giving women about is that they, voice any idea that they may not want to be a mom. They still get, well, you'll change your mind. Who's going to take care of you? People can't seem to drop that shit yet.
Yeah.
But there are plenty of no, that's a load of crap.
Well,
so someone put a lot of their own biases into that sentence.
Oh, and in the whole article, then there's another line where it says, we are searching for someone to remove this label, the single label, from us instead of removing it from ourselves. I call bullshit. I think a lot of women do a lot of work on this today.
Oh, yeah. No,
more so than ever.
There was an article like eons ago that I read, or a book or something, that says not waiting around for Prince Charming.
Yeah.
I mean, you just, you go to your life. I mean, I didn't wait around to buy a house. I bought a damn house. I didn't wait around. I bought myself nice dishes. I'm not waiting for the damn wedding. Mm-hmm. And this is, I wasn't the only one, doing this in my 20s and 30s. Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of my friends were married, but there's quite a few of them that never have, male and female, and they've all gone forward with their lives.
Yeah. Well, listen to this line, Colleen. Society is not ready for independent, ambitious women, but that's okay because you don't have to go with society. Society goes with you. What? Like, I disagree.
Well, obviously the election sort of disagrees with that, but hey, there's still an enormous amount of glass walls, ceilings, and all that sort of stuff, and it really does. And there still is quite the double standard, for women. But I don't know if It needs to be. I think certain segments of society are not ready for this, but screw them. They'll come around like everybody else has. That's a little.
I just still think that we are far more evolved than we were in the 50s, 60s, 70s, even the 80s.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, there's always setbacks in any going forward, but I mean, we're not living in caves anymore. So obviously the human species keeps going forward.
Yes. So anyway, you can check it out. Letter to the Single Girl at the Bar. It's there. Happy Valentine's Day, whatever you choose to do, be it singly or in a group. We wish you a very happy, peaceful, loving yourself in the moment kind of night.
Sounds good to me. Happy Valentine's Day,
Thanks
everyone.
for my donut.